Right, today I'm going to replace the Fleck pentair 46-5600 regen piston. What I found on mine is it's leaking from there. I don't think it's the seals down below, so I'm going to try this out first. But when I put the other one back on, it's been weeping a while, and see that must have gone, the tightness in the seal there, because it's actually weeping out of here. I might be wrong, and I still might need the rubber seals, but I thought I'd try this one first. So there it is there, the water softener. First of all, I've got a bucket ready, and I'm going to empty the tank, not with the salt, and I'll pour the salty water back in afterwards, so not to waste it. So that's all going to have to come out, because otherwise you'll have a job lifting it, all this water. So, see the bypass valve there? You're going to have to put that, open that up so the water flows through, and turn these valves off for the hard and soft water inlet. Right, I'm quite lucky because I left a lot of slack on these hoses, so I manoeuvred the water softener out. Now I've took most of the water out, it's in a bucket there, and I just want to release the pressure on these hoses. So what you do need is hold something under there and loosen these connections like that, just to make sure there's no pressure in them, because obviously you don't want it going everywhere when you take the piston assembly out. Before you do any more, turn the power off. That's the main thing. Make sure the power's switched off. This is where it's leaking, around the neck here. So you can see there's a bit of the old verdigris, the green around the neck, but I put it all back together and that was weeping out there, so I ordered the new, hopefully that's all going to be good, the new assembly there. Hopefully that's all the same, I assume it is. Next thing, you need to remove these two bolts. That's an 8mm spanner you need for that. Right, next one, from the piston assembly, you need to remove this bolt here, and then that releases that assembly then. Always put all your bolts and screws into like a hold-all thing, like an old biscuit tin or something, or an old tin of some description, so you don't lose all the bolts and stuff. If you notice now, that's nice and loose, so we just wiggle that valve here, make sure that's not on the cam there, makes it easier to remove. So just wiggle that around. The whole assembly then you can rest it up there to one side, like so. Next job we've got 1, 2, 3, 8mm I think, or a screwdriver, 8mm spanner. There we go. Yeah, 8mm. So loosen all those off. Okay, they're removed. Put a piece of rag around there in case any water flows out. Now we can wiggle that plate off there, put that to one side. And to get the valve out, you just wiggle that, look, watch, easy. And then that comes with all them cartridges, and you want to keep a note of how they come off, and just put them all back the the same way as they come off. There it is, and there's obviously partially bits of a seal in there as well. There you go. Right, before I put the piston assembly back, this is just some silicone lubricant. I'm just going to give that a light smear in this port here, all the way around, like that. Place the cartridges back in. And there it is, like that. Look, it all goes in, slides in nicely there. Okay, make sure your brine valve is seated properly. What you want is it to see that probe bit there. Make sure it's seated on the edge there. Obviously that you've got to put your screw back in there for that piston assembly. I did take the brine valve out and I cleaned that out, and also put some silicone grease on the seals as well. Right, turn the bypass valve back on and the hard and soft water valves. Let's see what happens. See, prior to that it's leaking around the neck, so I'm going to run the front through, make a note of where it is because I don't want it to regenerate, because it's full up the tank anyway. So obviously I'll just run it through temporarily because I want to see if there's any leaks. So the good news, it's not leaking round the neck of the piston assembly, which it was before quite a lot, but the only thing it is leaking is on the brine valve, so I shall have to order a new one of these, because you watch, I turn it around and it depresses it and comes back up, it releases not loads of water but a little bit of water. Watch, hold on, see, there's not a mega amount, but I don't really want any water. But the good news is that's not leaking, I don't think. No, it's not, that's all good. So I need the brine valve as well, but that's no big deal doing that. I'm going to show you again. Watch, see, just a little fleck of water, but not a tremendous amount. There it is. There's the issue with it. See on the neck there, the corrosion. So as that's going up and down, it's not making the seal properly. But I would recommend changing the brine valve as well, because mine's leaking slightly. So I should have bought one of those as well.